It feels like yesterday, but it must be 30 years ago now.
You can spend your entire life earning and still never feel like anything truly belongs to you. My name is Franklin Turner, and I am 92 years old. And it took me almost all of those years to understand something that was right in front of me the whole time. The trap was never about money. It was about freedom. When I was young, I believed the safest path was the smartest one. Work hard, stay consistent, be reliable, and everything will fall into place. That is what I was told, and I followed it without hesitation. It felt responsible. It felt mature. It felt like the right thing to do. And for a long time, it worked. I had a job, a steady income, a routine I could depend on. I woke up at the same time every day, followed the same schedule, did what was expected of me, and slowly built a life that looked stable from the outside. People respected that. They saw me as someone disciplined, someone who could be trusted. But what no one ever asked me, and what I never asked myself, was a much quieter question. Whose life was I actually living? You see, the employee mindset doesn't feel like a trap when you are inside it. It feels like safety. It gives you structure, direction, a clear set of rules to follow. You know where to go, what to do, how to behave, and what you will receive in return. And that clarity can be comforting. But comfort has a way of slowly taking something from you without you even noticing. I remember sitting at my desk one afternoon, years ago, staring at a clock that seemed to move slower than it should. I had already finished most of my work, but I stayed because that is what I was supposed to do. Time belonged to the job, not to me. At the time, that felt normal. Now, it feels strange because I realized something I could not see back then. I was not just working for money. I was trading my time, my energy, my attention for a life that was already decided for me. And the most dangerous part is that I agreed to it willingly. No one forced me. I chose it because it felt safe, because it made sense, because everyone around me was doing the same thing. When a whole world moves in one direction, it becomes difficult to imagine that another direction even exists. So I stayed on that path. Years passed quietly, almost unnoticed. Days turned into routines. Routines turned into habits. And habits slowly became a life. I told myself I was building something. And in some ways, I was. I provided for my family. I fulfilled my responsibilities. I did what was expected of me. But there was something I did not understand until much later. Providing is not the same as being free. There is a difference between stability and ownership. I had stability, but I did not own my time. I did not decide how my days were spent. I only followed what had already been decided. My mornings, my energy, even my thoughts were shaped by something outside of me. And over time, I stopped questioning it. That is how the trap works. It doesn't restrict you. It conditions you. It teaches you to value predictability over possibility, to choose comfort over curiosity, to follow structure instead of exploring your own direction. And the longer you stay in it, the more natural it feels, until one day you forget there was ever another way to live. I lived like that for decades. I remember coming home after long days of work, tired, but satisfied in a quiet way. I had done what I was supposed to do. That was enough for me. Or at least, that is what I told myself. But there were moments, small ones, that I ignored. Moments where I felt a kind of restlessness I could not explain. A quiet voice asking, "Is this really all there is?" I pushed those thoughts away, because questioning your life is uncomfortable, and the employee mindset does not encourage discomfort. It encourages continuation, consistency, repetition. It rewards you for staying the same, not for stepping outside. And I stayed the same for a very long time. It was only after I retired, when the structure disappeared, when no one was telling me where to be or what to do, that I began to see things differently. For the first time in my life, my time belonged to me, and I did not know what to do with it. That realization was heavier than I expected, because I understood something in that moment, something that had been hidden from me for years. I had spent my entire life waiting for freedom, without realizing I had been slowly giving it away. Not all at once, but in small pieces. An hour here, a decision there, a choice I didn't question, a path I followed without thinking. And over time, those small pieces became everything. I was not trapped in a cage. I was simply never taught how to leave the room. That is the truth most people never hear. The system does not need to control you completely. It only needs to guide you enough that you do not look beyond it. And if you are not careful, you will spend your entire life walking in a straight line, never realizing you could have turned. I am not telling you this to make you afraid. I am telling you this so you can see what I did not see. Work is not the enemy. Responsibility is not the problem. But when your entire life becomes something you follow instead of something you choose, you begin to lose something much deeper than money. You lose ownership of your life. And once that is gone, everything else feels incomplete, even if it looks successful from the outside. At 92, I do not think about wealth the way I once did. I do not measure life in earnings or achievements anymore. Those things fade. They lose their weight over time. What stays is something much simpler: time and how you used it. Did you choose your life or did you follow it? Did you ever step outside of what was expected, even once? Did you allow yourself to question, to pause, to look in a different direction? Or did you keep moving because it felt easier? These questions come quietly, but they stay. And they do not ask for perfect answers. They only ask for honesty. If you are listening to me right now, I want you to understand something I wish someone had told me when I was your age. Freedom is not something that appears at the end of the path. It is something you protect along the way. In small choices, in moments of awareness, in the courage to step slightly outside of what everyone else is doing, even if just for a little while. You do not have to reject everything. You only have to remember that your life is yours, not something to be handed over completely, no matter how safe it feels. Because safety, without awareness, can quietly turn into a life you never fully chose. And one day, when everything slows down, when the noise fades, and you are left alone with your thoughts, you will not ask yourself how much you earned. You will ask yourself if you were ever truly free. And that question, once it arrives, does not leave easily.